You know what's so crazy? The fact that the enemy can attack you, try to destroy you, but not knowing that God has a plan to use what he's broken to bless you even more. So when the enemy meant it for evil, God turns it around for good. I want to read something to you real quick. This is in the book of Job, and this has always been one of my favorite passages because it reminds me of this truth that no matter what the enemy tries to do, no matter how much pain he causes, no matter how much hurt he inflicts, he doesn't realize that God is going to take that and use it to catapult you into your destiny. So let me read this to you. In the East, Job was known as a man who feared God and shunned evil. So the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man who fears God and shuns evil." Then Satan answered the Lord and said, "Job, you have described him correctly. But a tree that is near water and planted beside the river will surely yield its fruit in season, whose roots also reach down to water. It will not be like a tree that is planted in the wilderness, and it shall not be like a plant which is beside the high places, that cannot stand the heat and does not bear fruit in drought. But when the heat comes in from the east and the west, it withers completely and dies." Okay, now let me read the next part because this is where things get interesting. So Satan said to God, "Skin for skin, all that a person has he will give in exchange for his life. But to one who is blameless and upright, who fears God and hates evil, that which he has is a blessing from God. It may be that he will turn and deal wisely, and you will save yourself among the upright." Now the Lord said to Satan, "The devil, behold, all that he has is in your hands. But now, since you have found my servant Job, and have tempted him and afflicted him without regard for the integrity of his ways, for he is still holding fast to his integrity, I have made a further decree concerning him. You may still do as you please, but you shall not touch his bones." So what we see here is that the enemy came against Job to take away his health, his wealth, his children, basically everything that he had worked so hard for. And the enemy thought that this would cause Job to curse God, to question God, to turn away from God. But what ended up happening was the complete opposite. Even though Job went through all that, he still held on to his integrity. He still held on to his faith. He did not curse God. He did not question God. He didn't blame God. He didn't complain about God. He still praised God through it all. And God honored that by saying, "Hey Job, I'm going to restore double for you what the enemy took away, because he only did it to test you to see if you were going to stay faithful, and you passed the test." See, sometimes the enemy doesn't realize that God has plans and purposes that are bigger than his own attacks. You see, the enemy may come against you and try to do his worst, thinking that he's broken you, but he doesn't realize that God will use what broke you to bless you. God will use what the enemy meant for evil and turn it around for your good. So, whatever you're going through right now, whatever pain, whatever hurt, whatever attack the enemy has thrown against you, just know that God is going to use that to promote you, to elevate you, to bless you, to give you favor, and open doors that no one can shut. Because the enemy meant it for evil, but God, he can take that evil and turn it into good. So I want you to lift your head up right now and declare this with me. No matter what the enemy meant for evil, God is going to use it for good in my life. I'm not going to let the enemy steal my joy, my peace, my hope. I'm going to trust in God because he is able to turn things around. He is able to take my pain and make it a thing of the past. He's able to take my hurt and heal me completely. So I want you to stand to your feet and just thank God for what he's gonna do in your life, gonna do in your situation. Thank him for taking what the enemy meant for evil and turning it around for good. I want to encourage you to share this message with somebody you care about. If you know somebody that's going through a hard time right now, send them this video, text them, "Hey, watch this, this is for you." Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a loved one. Just take the time to share this message with somebody else.